Assalamualaikum, dear students. Let's start with week 4. Students, we have already studied about management history and evolution. We know very well. This one is again the extension of our continuation of the week 3. And in week 4, what we will study, already we have started with the week 3. In week 3, what we have discussed was we have to see, just a second. This one is the week 3, and this is what we have studied in the week 3. So what we have to study right now, we have discussed about the overall historical background of the management, major approaches to the management. Already we have discussed in the class as well, classical management, scientific management, and general administrative theory. So we have discussed about the classical management concept. That is about classical management. You can say that is the major approach of the management. And in 4th week, what we have to see, like this one is about overall chart of historical, what we can say, historical and evolution management. This one is about what are the different approaches of the management. This one is about historical background, classical approaches. Like this is what we have discussed in the 3rd week. ये हमने 3rd week में discuss किया है. And next one is about, this one is about classical approach and quantitative approach. Now, what we have to discuss or what we have to find out about the quantitative approach, like this one is about quantitative approach, and in 4th week, this is what we have to study about quantitative approach. 3rd one is about historical background and classical approaches. In historical, we have discussed about the early examples or early management concept like Asian management pyramids of Egypt and all that. Adam Smith, what was the concept, industrial revolution. So this is what we have studied in the, what we can say in 3rd week or in 3rd chapter. And classical approaches, when we are talking about scientific management and general administrative management concept, when we are talking about classical approaches. So classical approach को भी scientific and general administrative according to Henry Fayol 14 principle हम discuss कर चुके हैं. Right now we have to discuss about the quantitative approach, and then later on we will move forward regarding behavioral approach and contemporary approaches. Now, what is quantitative approach? Right now we have to discuss, it's about quality management, TQM principles. So quality management क्या है, TQM principle क्या है, total quality management, or what is TQM? Behavioral approaches क्या है, जिसमें Hawthorne studies is very important, that we have to discuss. Then contemporary approaches में we have system approach and contingency approach. Again, this is very important. So let's move onward and let's start with the session. Okay, this is what we have studied in the last week. Now, what is quantitative approach, class? First, we have to look into the basic concept of the quantitative approach. The quantitative management theory focused on applying mathematical and statistic models and processes to the management situations. Okay, now let's see about quantitative management theory क्या है. Basic हमारा जो focus है वो है mathematical and statistical what we can say models and process to manage the situation. Different आपकी management situation, different organization की जो situations होती हैं उनको कैसे manage करना है by using mathematical and statistical processes or functions. So that is the basic concept. Then management science specifically deal with the development of the mathematical models to aid in the decision making and problem solving. That means it's very much helpful to find out the solution regarding any problem. So for that reason, quantitative approach ये कहती है कि आपके mathematical models or statistical analysis या models very important, and through which we can get the productive output and we can manage the situation and we can manage the overall organization. So management information system. Now, what is management information system? Like this one. Right, management science क्या कहती है कि ओवरऑल आपने इस पे रिलाई करना है just by using the mathematical models, just like 2 + 2 = 4. So mathematical science के point of view से जो हमने बात की थी scientific methods के point of view से हमने 2nd chapter में इसको डिस्कस किया था. So this one is about management information system. क्या कहता है? Information system is just like general information system जिसमें हम overall input, output and process का concept देखते हैं. Definitely उसी के point of view से इसको link किया जा सकता है. So this system is to develop to provide the information to the manager. So this is another what we can say tool through which we can give the information to the managers and through which managers can give the information to the individuals of the organization. So the quantitative approach evolved from mathematical and statistical solutions developed for military problems during the World War II as well. So quantitative approach को हमने through mathematical and statistical solution military problems के लिए भी use किया in World War II में. That can be again through different statistical models and mathematical solutions and all that. So again, this one is about the concept of, okay, this is what the concept of quantitative approach like management science है और production and operation management है, right? Okay, now next one is, but major आपका जो focus है वो this one is about quantitative approach है क्या, right? ये आपको students पता होना चाहिए, right? In which we have management science and management information system. And basically quantitative approach में the number of things, but we will emphasize on the TQM, that is total quality management, right? So TQM पे ज़्यादा emphasize हम करेंगे. What is TQM? Basically total quality management की जब हम बात करते हैं तो what's our basic purpose is? Through quality we can find out the basic meaning or we can find out the basic purpose of TQM. TQM का अगर एक generally आप as a layman, as a student जिसको कुछ idea नहीं है, अगर आप इसका just you want to know about the concept, you want to know about the basic essence of that TQM. So the basic purpose is how we can improve the quality of the product and services by giving the, you can say, by using the different organizational management approaches. कि overall हमने अपनी quality of the product and services को कैसे improve करना है, ये हमारा basic purpose होता है when we are talking about total quality management. So how we can implement it, how we can use it. TQM management is an extensive and structured organization management approach that focus on the continuous quality improvement of the product and services by using the continuous feedback, right? So this is what we are discussing. Like it's about, it focus on the continuous quality improvement of the product and services by using continuous feedback, right? So when we can, when we are used to of giving the feedback, through feedback, we can improve our overall quality of the product as well. So this is according to, that was basically according to Joseph Juran, was one of the founder of the TQM. And just like William E. Deming, they have described this one as the concept. This is how you can improve the overall quality of the management of that organization. Another concept from TQM is about, so these are the concept, ये आप lesson plans में भी दे सकते हैं, देख सकते हैं, और generally भी आपके पास concept है. So generally अगर हम देखा जाए तो एक सादा अल्फाज में जिन student को समझने में मुश्किल होती है इस concept के point of view से, basically we just want to improve the quality of the product and services in the organization. That is the basic purpose of TQM. That means quality कैसे improve की जाए. Now, total quality management uses the strategy, data, and communication channels to integrate the required quality principles into the organizational activities and culture. Total quality management use क्या करता है अगर हम generally इसको information system के point of view से देखा जाए. Strategy, we have to use the strategies, whatever you can say the strategy has been made by the top level management. Data and communication channels, students, data and communication channels जो different आप use करते हैं, that means overall आप जो communication channels use करते हैं, data जहाँ से आता है, credible sources से जो data gather करते हैं. So you have to integrate all these things to integrate the required quality principles into the organizational activities and culture, and then you can go for the overall productive output. So that is about another concept of कि कैसे strategy और data communication channels को आप integrate करते हैं just to get the quality output. That is the again purpose of quality management. This is known as TQM, right? So now again, when we are talking about scientific concept, So input, customer input, process and output is already I have discussed in the class. So overall, this one is the concept of the word. We have to take the input, then we are in working, what we can say, position, or what we can say, working time, or in a process condition. That means we have to do something. We have to perform something. So that is about process. It's about set of instruction. It's about set of steps that we have to work or we have to perform, and then we have to get the output किसी भी काम के से related. So overall, this one is the rule of the word, as well as in the information system or computer system, this one is the rule. So inputs के point of view से we have customer wants and needs. This is what the input, when we are talking about TQM, quality management की बात करते हैं, how we can process it by using the total quality management process or overall system. उसके through हम इन सारी चीजों को process करते हैं, and at the end of the day what will be the output and what will be the requirement. That means your customer has to be satisfied. That means your whatever you are providing, that must be as per the requirement of the customer. So this is very important. So this is what TQM is. Okay, now first of all you have to focus on the customer. Generally यहाँ से go through हो जाते हैं slide से. Then later on in detail, we have to discuss about each and everything in detail. Focus on customer employee involvement, process-centered integrated system. That means our basic purpose is whatever we are doing, हमारी जो quality of management है या product and services को, because quality of management, quality of product and services is always linked with the requirement of the customer. It's linked with the satisfaction of the customer. So at the end of the day, continuously we have to improve all these things. So first one is about focus on the customer. That means सबसे पहले हमें पता होना चाहिए हमारा customer कौन है, उसकी requirements क्या है, what he wants to, what will be the target customer and what will be the needs and wants of the customer. Then employee involvement means कौन कौन से employees क्या काम करेंगे, किस तरह करेंगे. Process centered होना चाहिए, एक proper आपका process, set of instruction, procedure, set of steps, strategies, everything you have to follow, and then you have to integrate all these things, and then strategic and systematic approach you have to follow, and then you have to go for the decision making based on the facts and communication. The way you have to communicate whatever you have done, you have to get the feedback through which you can improve overall system. So generally agar dekha jaye to this is what the overall lesson or overall the TQM concept, right? Okay, now let's move onward. Focus on the customer. ये वाली स्लाइड हम देख लेते हैं, नेक्स्ट वाली स्लाइड हम नेक्स्ट वाली वीडियो में डिस्कस करेंगे. ओके, नाउ व्हाट इज बेसिक थिंग इज एज वी हैव डिस्कस्ड ओवर हियर. मैंने जनरली यहाँ पे आपको बता दिया क्या है विद द कॉन्सेप्ट. if someone is not able to understand what I am saying or whatever has been written over here, जो आपकी स्लाइड में लिखा हुआ है आपको समझ नहीं आ रहा, तो आप जनरल जो इसका बेसिक स्टेटमेंट है, जो हेडिंग है, आप उसको भी अपने वर्ड्स में एक्सप्लेन कर सकते हैं और समझ सकते हैं. लाइक generally we are talking about focus on customer, so definitely we are talking about our customer is the, as already we have discussed number of times, that customer is our boss and we have to follow the requirement and what we can say requirement of the customer at any cost, and whatever our customer want or whatever he wants to. So we have to make the product or we have to provide the services as per his requirement. So that means always we have to give respect to the customer requirement and we have to make the product as per the requirement of the customer. So at the end of the day, that means we have to focus on the customer specifically. The first of all, the TQM principles puts the focus back on the people buying your product or services. So basic आपका focus क्या है? Just to back on the people buying your product or services. Okay. At the end of the day, you have to sell your product, right? And people has to buy your product. Your customer determine the quality of your product, definitely, because he's the basic person or the end user who has to use your product. So that is the reason he's the person who has to determine the quality of your product. If your product fulfills the need and last as longer as than expected, the customer know that they have spent their money on a quality product. Just like जैसे आप कोई प्रोडक्ट बनाते हो, अगर हम एग्जांपल लें, जस्ट लाइक जैसे आपका क्यू मोबाइल था, स्टार्ट में क्यू मोबाइल ने आपकी जो है वो सैमसंग के साथ competitive, their number of what we can say types of mobiles जो different features के साथ उन्होंने launch किए, for short term उन्होंने उस market को capture किया, even though you can say जो बहुत major competitive उनके competitors थे उनके against उस product को launch किया गया, but after some time it will be like it's just for the short time period, और कस्टमर ने उसको अगेन एज पर द नीड, एज पर द प्राइस फैक्टर उसको एक्सेप्ट भी किया, बट आफ्टर सम टाइम इट विल बी लाइक वो आपके लिए लॉन्ग लास्टिंग नहीं था. सो अगेन व्हाट वी हैव टू सी, तो फिर आप अगेन यू विल मूव टूवर्ड, फिर दोबारा ही आप सैमसंग एंड दूसरे प्रोडक्ट पे गए. सो व्हाट वी हैव टू सी, आपकी नीड्स फुलफिल हो रही है, दिस इज वन ऑफ द फर्स्ट थिंग, एंड लॉन्ग लास्टिंग है या नहीं प्रोडक्ट, अगेन दिस इज अनदर थिंग. दैट मीन्स आप जो हम इफेक्टिव और एफिशिएंसी को डिस्कस करते हैं, ये भी उसी फॉर्म में आ रहा है, क्योंकि फाइन इफेक्टिव है, एफिशिएंट भी है या नहीं है, विद मिनिमम टाइम एनर्जी रिसोर्सेज आप यूज करें, बट वेदर इट्स गिविंग द ऑप्टिमाइज सोल्यूशन और नॉट. सो दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. सो वट एवर यू आर डूइंग, वट एवर यू आर मेकिंग, आपका जो प्रोडक्ट है एज कंपेरेटिव टू अदर प्रोडक्ट, whatever the money someone is spending on your product, whether that product is a quality product or not. So for that reason we have to go for total quality management की ओवरऑल हमारी क्वालिटी ऑफ द प्रोडक्ट कैसे प्रोड्यूस हो, कस्टमर को कैसे सेटिस्फाई करें, और द नंबर ऑफ थिंग्स जो हम 1 2 3 एंड सो ऑन देख रहे हैं. एम्प्लॉय इन्वॉल्वमेंट. Employee involvement in the development of the product or services of the organization largely determine the quality of these product and services. Again, आपकी एम्प्लॉय इन्वॉल्वमेंट, दैट मीन्स जितना एक्सपर्टीज होंगी, जितना अच्छे तरीके से आपका एम्प्लॉय इन्वॉल्व होगा फॉर द मेकिंग एंड ओवरऑल डेवलपमेंट, डिजाइनिंग, इम्प्लीमेंटेशन, व्हाटएवर मैन्युफैक्चरिंग ऑफ द प्रोडक्ट. So just like we can take the example of any software product, जो जनरली आप सॉफ्टवेयर बनाते हो, कोई भी एप्लीकेशन बनाते हो, तो जितने अच्छे तरीके से आप बनाओगे डेफिनेटली वो आपकी उसकी प्रोडक्ट एंड सर्विसेज की क्वालिटीज भी उसी से डिटरमिन होंगी कि आपने कितने अच्छे तरीके से काम किया है. जस्ट लाइक जैसे आप डॉक्टर साहब आपको प्रोजेक्ट में आपकी इवेल्युएट करते हैं आपके प्रोजेक्ट को, तो जितना अच्छा आपने काम किया होता है उसके अकॉर्डिंगली यू कैन गेट द grades. So that is the reason employee involvement is again it's very important. जितना अच्छे तरीके से आप काम करोगे, आपका एम्प्लॉय काम करेगा, उसी की बेस पे आप प्रोडक्ट को सर्विसेज और प्रोडक्ट की क्वालिटी प्रोवाइड करोगे एक कस्टमर को. प्रोसेस सेंटर्ड, another very important thing, this is the third point. Processes ensure that the proper steps are taken at the right time to ensure the consistency and speed up the production. दूसरी इंपॉर्टेंट चीज, तीसरी इनफैक्ट, प्रोसेस इंश्योर दैट द प्रॉपर सेट ऑफ स्टेप्स हैज बीन टेकन एट द राइट टाइम टू इंश्योर द कंसिस्टेंसी एंड स्पीड अप द प्रोडक्शन. बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज ये है कि आप जो भी प्रोडक्ट बना रहे हैं, अगर टोटल क्वालिटी मैनेजमेंट की बात की जाए, मैनेजमेंट की बात की जाए, कस्टमर की तो बाद में बात आती है. कस्टमर की तो जब प्रोडक्ट बन जाएगा तो राइट टाइम पे उसको लॉन्च करना मार्केट में, और उसकी मार्केटिंग एडवर्टाइजमेंट राइट टाइम पे राइट फॉर्म में करना, वो भी प्रोसेस सेंटर्ड होता है. बट बिफोर दैट आपने जो मैन्युफैक्चरिंग करनी है, आपने जो डिजाइनिंग करनी है, आपने उसकी प्रोडक्शन करनी है. इफ इट इज लाइक कोई सॉफ्टवेयर प्रोडक्ट है तो उस एप्लीकेशन को एग्जीक्यूट करना, उसकी एक्सेप्शन हैंडलिंग करना, और उसके बाद अगर कोई उसमें रेक्टिफिकेशन रिक्वायर्ड है, उसके एरर्स हैं, उसको फाइंड आउट करना है, देन यू हैव टू लॉन्च द प्रोडक्ट. फिर उसको ट्रायल बेसिस पे लॉन्च करना, फिर उसको आपने प्रॉपरली मार्केट में लॉन्च करना है. सो राइट टाइम टू इंश्योर दैट द राइट टाइम with right speed of production, that means right way of making that product. ये दोनों बहुत चीजें important हैं कि right time पे और right way of making that product. So set of steps जो भी आप follow करेंगे वो that is known as a process. So process centered होना चाहिए, और properly उस process के अंदर you have to work. Processes are the guiding principles, and the people support these processes based on the basis objectives that are linked to the mission, vision, and strategy. Definitely, at the end of the day, whatever we are doing, whatever you are making, whatever the product, application, whatever you are doing, it must be linked with the overall, whatever the objective of the organization, that is linked with the mission, vision, and strategy. So what do you want to do? What do you want to, you can say, give the, what we can say, quality product and services for longer time. Vision के point of view से long term आपने सोचना है. and what are the strategies on the basis of which you want to launch that product into the market, and on the basis of which you want to process the product or you want to make the product. तो ये सारी चीजें definitely आपकी जो है वो जो भी काम कर रहे हैं वो एट द एंड ऑफ द डे दैट मस्ट बी लिंक विद द मिशन विजन एंड स्ट्रेटेजी। वो तो हम हर वक्त ये बात करते रहते हैं कि आपके गोल्स ऑब्जेक्टिव्स जो है वो मिशन विजन और स्ट्रेटेजी के साथ लिंक करते हैं। सो वट एवर यू आर डूइंग दैट इज लिंक विद इट। सो नेक्स्ट बाकी जो रिमेनिंग है हमारे पास इट्स अबाउट 4th 5th 6th 7th 8th एंड सो ऑन, ये हम नेक्स्ट वाली वीडियो सेशन में डिस्कस करते हैं। थैंक यू स्टूडेंट्स फॉर दिस सेशन।